What's up YouTube, Adam here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you my full review of this, the Atomos Ninja Assassin. Now instantly it gets a +1 from me for having just about the coolest name of any product on the planet, but in addition to that I've actually managed to negotiate with one of the resellers of this, a company called Eastwood Sound and Vision, who I do a lot with, to get you guys a discount. So if you want to get a nice discount off of the overall price of this fantastic product, check out the links in the video description and you can go ahead and put in a discount code on checkout and get yourself a nice discount. In addition to that, if you do need anything based around audio or video, they are a great company to deal with, very helpful, great prices and a nice website to use as well. So check that out and I'll leave links down in the video description. Now first up we get a very nice hard padded protective case, which is great because this is essentially a kind of budget item, if you like, when you compare it to something like the Shogun. So it's nice for them to include a little extra like this great protective padded case. Now also in there we get an external power supply. If you do want to use this with batteries, it does use generic batteries, but you will need to buy those separately, and I'll leave links to all of that down in the video description below. You also get included as well a couple of caddies that you're going to use to place your SSD or hard drive in order to store all of your video footage. Now the device itself, and it looks spectacular. You can remove the rubber casing that they've put on all the way around the outside for protective purposes, although I don't know why you would ever do that, because A, it looks great, and secondly it obviously protects the device as well. Now the overall looks of the product are great, incredible build quality, it doesn't overheat and it works exactly as it's meant to. Now on the top we have the name itself, which I keep going back to because I just think it's a fantastic name, and round on the left hand side we've got a few little ports. Now first up we've got HDMI in, and this is where you're going to run your HDMI cable into the camera to get that really great quality, that 10-bit 422, which is generally a couple of bits better than you're going to get out of your camera. There's also an audio monitoring port as well as a remote port, and also HDMI out as well if you want to loop it out to another monitor or downscale maybe to 1080p. There's also audio in as well as DC in for power, the audio obviously being for your microphone, for example. There's the on-off button, and then there's access to the caddy itself, which is what you're going to use to store all of your video. Now you can easily put in here a 2.5-inch hard drive, but I decided to go with a 1TB SSD. Now on this 1TB SSD, and this is one of the real unique selling points of a product like this, over and above using standard cards inside a camera, you're going to be able to store up to 20 hours of HD footage on a 1TB drive, or 5 hours of 4K video, which really is quite incredible. When you compare that to a lot of the 30-minute time limits that cameras have, this completely does away with all of those time limits, and some of the new cameras have overheating issues as well, and obviously this gets around that included in the product, because you really do not want to have your camera turning itself off after perhaps 15 minutes or 20 minutes into a professional shoot and embarrassing you. So that really is a few of the real unique selling points of the Atomos Assassin, over and above just using the monitor and internal recording of your camera. Now in addition to that, you've also got a whole bunch more extras as well, and they come in the forms of the software, the firmware sitting on top of the Ninja Assassin. Now first up you get things like waveforms, so you can go right the way through all of the different waveforms and just be able to set everything up much more nicely and much more accurately to all of the colours and everything else, meaning that you can then do less in post. Now you've also got a whole bunch of monitor assist things as well, so in here you can do things like zebras, for example. You can also do focus peaking and a whole lot more as well, and this means that you're going to stop yourself from overexposing some of your shots. You're also going to get the focusing nailed on. Now in this one you can see I've got it set up as red on the focus peaking, so anything that's got the red lines around it, you know instantly that that is in focus, and when you're doing manual focus it just makes it so much easier to get everything nailed on rather than, for example, punching in or something like that. Now also you've got cut and tag, so rather than having to rely on all of your post editing to go and cut everything and the rest, in here you can set favorites and you can also cut clips out, and it just saves you a whole bunch of work when you move it into post. This also supports 3D LUTs as well, so you've got full support for that, in addition to having a fully comprehensive menu system that enables you to completely configure the Atomos Assassin, along with all of the audio, connectivity and configuration that you've got in here as well. Now, another great benefit is the fact that this can output to some great formats that are much easier for you to edit in post. We've got ProRes in here of all the different variations that you've got, 422, LT, HQ, etc., and also DNX HR as well. Now, these protocols, these formats are definitely a lot easier for you to edit in because they've got a lot less compression than some of the typical things like MP4, for example, that a lot of the cameras do. So again, saving you a whole bunch of time in post. And really, this is an incredible little device. It's significantly cheaper than the Shogun, and all of it you've got less than the Shogun is RAW, SDI and also XLR inputs as well. So a lot of those things for me, for example, I just wouldn't be using. So this really does come in at a great price point considering all of the functionality that you've got. The video quality comes out absolutely sublime, a full 2 bits better than you're going to get inside most cameras, and the audio quality as well is great because you can integrate everything into a single stream, again making that whole workflow a lot simpler when you come to bring it into post. So my overall opinion of the Ninja Assassin is that this is one of the best buys that you will make. It's definitely one of the best buys that I've made. I use it all the time. All of my video production is now done through this, and it just has made my life so much easier. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave you with some footage that has come directly out of the Ninja Assassin. Like I say, please do check out all of the links in the video description. Get yourself a great discount on this product, and also all of the accessories that you might need to go with it as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please do go ahead, hit that like button, share the video and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.